Hi YouTube, it's Kathy and I'm here today to tell you about my personal challenges for the 2025 Bookish Bingo Board from Hell. This, of course, is a project started by Leanne over at Literary Diversion, and she has shared it out to everyone to make your own challenge based on her bingo board, and that's exactly what I've done. Firstly, I did participate in 2024, and this is what my board looked like by the end of November 2024, because obviously it's still December and I'm still working on it, so I haven't made a bingo at this point, but you'll have to watch my December wrap up to figure out whether or not I ended up making bingo. I do have 4 squares ticked off, one of them ticked off twice, but this is what it currently looks like. So let's see what I can do by the end of the year. After looking at these challenges I set for myself and kind of thinking about my reading and what I'd like to do going forward, I have created a new bingo board. So let's go over the challenges I'll be doing in 2025, which is a year that doesn't sound like it should be real, and yet it's just about here. Also, yes, these are very dapper pajamas. I got myself and my partner matching pajamas for the holiday season to be in peak coziness, because not only do these match each other, we also have matching robes, and that's just really cute to me. Without further ado, this is what my board for 2025 looks like. So let's go over all of the challenges and what I'm trying to accomplish with them. The first challenge is to read 10 banned books. Based on what's going on in America and based on how sometimes American politics tend to bleed into Canada, I would like to keep reading banned books. Obviously, this isn't a category that I've missed out on before. I've read banned books before, but I want to keep reading them and keep talking about them. In fact, if you're looking to read more banned books, my friend Rachel has created the Julie Hates This Book Club, wherein she reads books that have been specifically challenged by her resident county book banner. I'm happy to say I've read half of them, but I might reread them. I haven't decided exactly how I'm going to participate, but I will be participating at least sporadically. Speaking of, my next challenge is 5 readathons, because I used to do them all the time. In fact, I remember there was one point early on where I swear I was doing 3 different readathons in the same week. And then eventually I got a little bit burnt out on readathons. Obviously, I still do my own. I host the Queer Lit Readathon, so obviously I will still be participating in that, but that doesn't count for this square. Sometime during the entire year, I would like to participate in 5 other people's readathons. So if you have any favorites or any that you can suggest, please let me know down in the comments below. Next, we have the square that I will have to read the highest amount of books to be able to tick off, and that's 15 reads for my 40 Before 40 TBR. This is a TBR I put together around the time I turned 36, giving myself 4 years to read a set of 40 books. And this was a list I put together based on suggestions from all over the bookish internet. In order to keep in line to actually get that done before I turn 40 in 2026, I'm going to need to read about 15 of those. I'm slightly behind, but I'm not terribly behind. Next, we have 5 theme vlogs. Theme vlogs are not really something I've done all too often, unless it's been doing a vlog of a readathon, which, as we previously discussed, I haven't been doing all that much. But throughout this year, I want to come up with 5 different ideas for reading vlogs and then do those. It really doesn't help my case that there is a certain reading vlog that I've been working on for a very, very long time, but it's definitely not going to come out in 2025. In the middle square, we have 1 emoji read, just 1 singular emoji read. If you remember back to my 2024 board, this is a place that I could very easily make a bingo, and yet I've had all year and I have not read a book based on an emoji. So if you have an emoji you would like to suggest, please put it in the description below, because this really only works if people give me emojis and then I can find books based on those emojis. So please help me out. The next square is 5 rereads. Rereading is not something I do super often. There is one book I read every year, and that's Me and White Supremacy, because that's a subject that I want to keep at the top of my brain. But other than that, I don't really reread all too often. So if there's any books that I've read in the past that you'd like to see me reread, let me know about it. Next is 10 book box books, because I have a lot of book boxes laying around that I'm interested in reading from, but have I? No. I get really sidetracked and then I forget that they exist, and then they just sit there being sad and looking at me and being like, hey, you gonna read this? So yeah, I should probably get around to that. This includes horror books that I've gotten from the Canadian Book Box, which I thought was going away for a while, but apparently is still running, so I don't know how that business is doing, but it seems to still be functioning even though I was told it was shutting down. I don't know. But then I have these much more involved book boxes from Once Upon a Book Club where you read the book and as you're reading the book it tells you when to open something from the box. And I've got, I don't know, I want to say 3, 4, maybe 5 of those just sitting there that I've not read, which is a problem. Penultimately, we have something that's just called Book of the Month ratio. And that's because, as you can see from 2024, I had this spot where I wanted to read at least 10 of my Book of the Month books, because I feel like Book of the Month for me is trying to get something into my grubby little paws that I probably wouldn't have noticed otherwise, but then also the books come and I don't necessarily read them. So because I spent so much time away from the house, I didn't actually prioritize these books like I thought I was going to by putting them on my 2024 bingo card. So this time, what I'm going to try to do is make sure that I read more Book of the Month books than I order. Because I haven't been ordering every month. If there is a month where I'm like, nothing seems to really jump out at me, I've given myself permission to not order that month. It's fine. But I still do have a bunch of books from this service that I have not read yet. Which also I personally think counts for the book box books, so you know, I can double dip here, which is nice. So this one will work on a ratio, so the first number being books read, the second number being books bought, and we'll see how that goes. As long as that first number is higher than that second number, I am winning that square. And the last square is one I took directly from my 2024 board, and that's 10 translated books. It's written as something different on the 2024 board because on that one I believe it's written as international, because I want to read translated books specifically from other countries. Because I can read translated books from Canada, they will just be translated from French, and that just seems like a little bit of a cop-out. So there were some translated books that I read in 2024, but they didn't go in that square because they were translated from French and they were Canadian. Because if for whatever reason you don't know, this is a bilingual country, and that is the other official language of the country, as well as specifically a couple of the provinces. So yeah, that's my bingo board. Wish me luck. Give me suggestions for things down below, like readathons I should probably do, as well as emojis that I should probably fill out that one single prompt with. And if there are any themes you would like me to do for vlogs, please let me know about that. Basically, if you have any ideas for any of these squares, let me know down in the comments below. On the way down to the comments, if you hit that subscribe button, that would be very nice of you. If you don't feel like leaving a comment but want to make sure that I know you were here, just leave me an emoji, because that will help out on that one square, or you can just leave a smiley face if you're on your keyboard. Some people have asked if there's a way to financially support this channel, so I set up a Ko-fi account, which is a digital tipping service. The link for that, as always, is down below. You can like and share this as you see fit, and I will see you very soon. Bye!